Hey, this is What You Waiting For? A woman's perspective on camping and survival. And I was going to add some more books to our Preppers Library. I pulled these off my shelves. And if anybody knows about survival, they probably heard of the Foxfire books of homesteading. These books, I don't know if you can see the price, $3.95. They were bought a long time ago. My mom had them on her library shelf and asked me if I wanted them. And of course I said yes. But Foxfire books was a series. I'm not sure if there's more than 5. I only have 5. There might be more. So if there's more, let me know, because I only have 5 of them. But it's like a how-to. I wouldn't say a manual, but it gives information on how to do things the old-fashioned way. But beyond that, it's not just like you want to find out about hog dressing, so turn to this page and it outlines it. It does have good illustrations in it and pictures, but everything in the Foxfire books, it's more historical, I would say. It's a great read. It's really a good book to just take and sit down one night, and start reading. And it expresses how people lived, how they worked, how they did things. But they actually, they have a lot of diagrams. I'm just going to flip through real quick. But this one hasn't really yet. But there's usually a lot of pictures of the people. And they talk about how they did it back then and how they're doing it now. It's more people-oriented. It gives you histories and little stories. And each one of these people you learn about. So it's not just a face in a book. They give you them quotes and just how they would speak. And it's just really a great read. And I know I was talking to someone the other day, I forget who it was, on one of the comments, and they said that they really didn't like the Foxfire book series, as a prepper book. But for me, it paints a picture of how history was. It paints a picture of how our ancestors lived. And also, it paints a picture of how we might have to live one day. But they hit such, the things that they have in the books, it's funny, some of the things. I don't know if you've seen moonshining, faith healing, ghost stories. It hits a little bit of everything. Wagon making, burial customs, midwifing. Just to pull out a few things. Animal care, how to make a banjo and a dulcimer. I think that's how you say it. Churning butter. The list just goes on and on. Fiddle making. So you can see these are our history of America. This is, how our ancestors used to make it and how they lived. So if you have a chance to pick these up, especially if you find them at a garage sale, because I do not think they are reprinted, but I might be wrong. So if you've seen them, new ones, let me know if they're still printing them. But it's a great series. It's especially important if you find a nice article to sit down and talk about it with your kids or have your kids read something. And it gives the kids an idea of how people lived, back in the olden days. It's not really that far back, but to them it is. But anyway, so I suggest for your Preppers Library the Foxfire books or the Foxfire series. So what you waiting for? Bye.